Olivia, listen, you are not welcome at our house for the holidays. I don't want you anywhere near us. What? I want to spend the new year with my family, just us. Finally, my college exams are over and I've secured my place for the next year. It's time to relax and enjoy the time with my family. The last thing I need is you showing up at our home. It's just too much.
But I'm your sister-in-law. I'm part of this family too, even if it's just by marriage. I don't care if it's just for formality, but we're family now, aren't we?
What? Just because you married my brother doesn't mean you get to act like you own the place. We're not family, so don't even start with that. You're just some outsider. You're my brother's wife. That's all. Nothing more. I still haven't accepted you, and I don't plan to.
That's...
You know, I tried to stop my brother. I really did. But no matter what I said, he insisted on marrying you. So fine, I reluctantly accepted the paperwork. But don't think for a second that I've accepted you as his wife. I haven't. Not in any way.
When will we ever get along, though? I really do want to, but every time we talk, it feels like there's nothing but distance between us.
If you divorce my brother, I'll gladly get along with you. Can you even imagine that? I'll be nice once that happens.
You always say such unreasonable things.
But seriously, stay away for the holidays. Just stay home. We don't need you there, and I don't want to deal with you at all.
You can't be serious. I just want to spend time with everyone.
I've got enough to think about without you complicating things. I'm done. Just stay away from my family for once.
Olivia! Hey, about the tickets for the New Year's holiday, should I go ahead and buy them? I found a good deal now that the new program has started. It's pretty affordable if I get them now.
Sorry, Ben. Actually, I need to ask you a favor. Could you just get the ticket for yourself? I won't be able to go with you to your families for the holidays.
What? Oh, wait, you just said the other day that we were going together for the holidays, didn't you?
Well, a little while ago, Claire texted me. She told me not to come.
What?
She said she wants to spend the holiday with just her family, and apparently my presence would be in the way. It seems like she still hasn't accepted me.
Ugh, that girl. I'm so sorry, Olivia. I really am. I knew Claire was always a bit of a brother's girl, but I never thought she'd still be treating you this badly, even after the wedding. Don't worry about Claire. Dad and Mom are really looking forward to seeing you, and I've told them how much I want you there. Plus, they've been feeling guilty for not being able to provide much for Claire's college and other things, so I'm really thankful for how you stepped in and helped. I wish I could have done more to support you, but at least we're in a better place now.
Your parents, you don't have to feel guilty about it. Honestly, I was happy to help when things were rough, and I know we've been through a lot with my family. But what you've done for me and for Claire, it's really something. I can't thank you enough.
You've been a huge help, Olivia, and I really don't think you should feel pressured. I should have done more to help you myself, but with everything happening at work right now, things have been tight, and I've been struggling to keep up with the changes. But don't worry about that. I'm just glad we're both okay.
You really don't need to thank me like that.
But honestly, you've been a lifesaver, especially considering all the sacrifices you've made for Claire.
I know. It's not about Claire, though. It's just, recently, with the company and everything, I haven't had the chance to catch my breath. There's so much going on. I was hoping to at least spend a little bit of time with you, but it seems like work's going to demand even more of my time.
Work's been pretty rough, huh? You've had a lot on your plate lately, and I can tell it's been exhausting.
The company's been changing a lot lately, and you know about the merger stuff, right? It's been chaotic. Now it looks like I'll have to work through the holidays. It's really frustrating.
That sounds really tough.
It's not like I'm avoiding Claire, but I think it's best if you go home for the holidays without me. You've been working so hard lately, and with all the stress from the job search, I think you should take a little time off. It's important to recharge.
Wait, how do you know I've been job hunting?
Well, we're married, aren't we? I kind of notice these things. I can tell you're doing your best to support me, even when it's tough on you too.
I don't want you to feel like it's all on you, though. I should be handling more of this myself. But with everything going on at work, it's just... I don't know. It's frustrating, but I'll figure it out.
I'm sorry you've had to carry so much of the burden. I know you're feeling a lot of pressure right now, but I really do think it's important to take a break. You need it. Spend time with your family, enjoy yourself, and don't worry about me. I'll be fine here. Your parents really appreciate you, and I think they'll feel better knowing you're taking care of yourself, too.
Thank you, Olivia. I guess I'll spend the holidays with my parents then. You focus on your work and take care of yourself, all right?
Serves you right. I finally submitted the divorce papers for you and my brother. Now you're nothing to him anymore. You're not his wife or anything else.
What? You really submitted the divorce papers?
I'm so happy I could drink more. What a perfect way to end the year.
Claire? What do you mean by submitting the divorce papers? And are you absolutely sure you're not completely drunk right now?
I've been drinking since morning and I'm so wasted. But don't worry, I can still walk. I even managed to go to the city hall and submit the divorce papers. It's still open even on New Year's Eve near our place.
What? You really submitted the divorce papers for me and Ben? Please tell me you're joking, Claire.
I'm not joking. It's for real. Of course, he had to divorce a useless, unemployed wife like you. He doesn't need someone like that.
What? I'm unemployed?
Yeah, you're the useless one. I know everything because I heard it all from my brother.
What exactly did you hear?
I never thought you'd actually not come back like he said. He told me that you were quitting your job and that you'd be busy with all the paperwork and handovers. That's why you couldn't come here during the new year.
What?
I didn't expect you to become unemployed right after marrying my brother. You really have some guts.
This is a misunderstanding, Claire. I did quit my job, but I'm not unemployed.
Huh? Are you the one who's drunk? If you quit your job, that means you're unemployed. And now you're saying you're not? What are you talking about? Or are you trying to say you're a full-time housewife now?
Claire, how about you drink some water for now? I just want to clear up this misunderstanding, so please calm down first.
Shut up, parasite! Who do you think you are telling me what to do?
Parasite?
Yeah, that's right. You're a parasite. You're probably going to become a full-time housewife, living off my brother's money. But I'm not going to let that happen, and neither is he. You're just using him to enjoy life on your own. Don't think you're getting away with this, you disgusting woman.
Claire, really, please drink some water first. It's all a misunderstanding, so just calm down.
Shut up, parasite! I've never liked you in the first place. Now you're doing even more annoying things. I got my brother to divorce you to protect him. You think you can just latch onto him and live off him forever? Get lost right now, you bitch!
You're the one who needs to disappear.
Huh?
Don't mess with me, you drunk sister. Just go home and drown yourself in the alcohol at your parents' house. Don't keep sending us these damn irritating messages.
What's with the sudden attitude? You sound like someone who could be my brother, but who the hell are you? Wait, are you saying Olivia brought a man to the house? Just because my brother's visiting doesn't mean she should be doing this.
Olivia wouldn't do something like that, idiot! I'm not someone who sounds like my brother. It's me, your brother. I'm the one texting you instead of Olivia.
What? Why the hell are you there? You're supposed to be back here with us for New Year. We were just in the living room together a minute ago.
Not a minute ago, you idiot. That was this morning. After that, I packed my stuff and came back. I didn't want to be in the same house as you for another second.
What? You left?
Yeah, I left. I just got home, actually. Olivia finished work early and was already home. Then I got those crazy messages from you. I couldn't watch it anymore, so I took your phone away from you.
Oh my God, it's true! There's no sign of you anywhere. No bags, no shoes. Where are you?
I left because I couldn't stand being in the same space as you anymore. You've been mocking Olivia nonstop, calling her a freeloader and a parasite. Listening to that all day from morning till night. It was inevitable that I leave.
What? You left over that? But it's true that Olivia's jobless. She's trying to live off of you as a full-time housewife. What's so bad about calling out that horrible wife?
Enough! Listen to me for once. Yes, I mentioned Olivia quit her job, but there's more to it.
More?
Olivia didn't become a housewife. She was recruited by another company. It's not like she's staying unemployed. You've been ignoring the full story. I'm tired of you acting like a drunk fool.
What do you mean she was recruited? Isn't Olivia becoming a housewife?
You've just been jumping to conclusions. Her company merged with a larger company, and now it's a subsidiary. She's moving to the parent company, which is a big deal. They asked her to transfer, saying she's really talented, and they wanted her.
What? Olivia's really that good at her job?
She's incredibly capable. She was already in a decent position at her old job, making more money than me. She's not some lazy housewife like you think.
No way!
After some paperwork, she left the old company and transferred. She's not some leech like you keep saying. She's gonna earn even more than me now.
Are you kidding me? I thought she was going to become a housewife, relying on you for everything.
On the contrary, you've been the one relying on us. You're the one living off Olivia's money to get through university. And after all that, you go and file for a divorce?
What? What does Olivia have to do with my university?
Everything! You're so clueless! What I've been hiding from you is that Olivia's the one who's been sending you that $1,500 every month! She's been supporting you because our parents couldn't!
What?
Our parents lost a lot of money in a scam. Millions of dollars! That's why they couldn't send you money anymore. They came to me for help, but I couldn't afford it either. So Olivia stepped in and said, I'll help.
What?
She did this even though she's my wife and she didn't have to. She offered to help, and despite all the hate you've thrown at her, she still sent you money every month.
I had no idea. I thought all along that our parents were still sending me money.
You didn't know, but your attitude is unforgivable now. I'm cutting off the money from Olivia, and I won't pay either. From now on, you're on your own. Figure out how to pay for your university and living expenses yourself.
What? I can't just do that. I've worked so hard to get into this university. I wanted to attend a school in New York City more than anything. I won't drop out.
Then you'd better figure out how to get the money yourself. Olivia and I won't take care of you anymore. I'm heading into the new year like this. I'll let our parents know. But from here on out, you're on your own.
Olivia, you're so kind. You won't just abandon me, right? You'll still send me money like you always have, right?
I'm sorry, Claire. I spent all night listening to Ben talk about you, and honestly, I'm shocked at what I heard. He told me everything you've been saying behind my back, the cruel things you've called me. I didn't think you could be so harsh, but here we are. I can't help you anymore after all of that.
What?
So no, I won't be sending you any money. Don't expect anything from me anymore.
No, please, you can't do this to me. Our parents said they can't send me anything anymore either. They told me I have to get student loans instead. But loans? They're just debt. I don't want to be buried in debt. Please, you have to understand.
Well, maybe that's the way it has to be. You could always look into scholarships, ones that you don't have to pay back if you keep up good grades.
Good grades? You think I can get a scholarship with my grades? I barely passed my last exam. I had to beg the professor just to get a passing mark.
So that's what you've been doing.
And you're right, it's not great. But it doesn't change the fact that I'm barely holding on. Next year, I'm graduating. I just need to pay my tuition so I can finish. But if I can't, I'll never graduate. All that work, all that stress, it'll be for nothing. Please don't let that happen.
If you don't want loans, then maybe you should take a leave of absence and work to save up. It's going to be tough, but it's the only way if you don't want to go into debt.
What? I can't do that. It's too hard. I don't have the energy for that. Why are you saying this? You're the one who always helped me before. Why can't you just keep sending me money like you used to?
What? You're still asking for help, even though you've been insulting me for so long? You mocked me, Claire. You called me a parasite. And now, after everything you've said about me, you're the one asking for help. Doesn't that sound hypocritical to you? You can't even see it, can you? You've been belittling me, calling me a burden, a parasite on Ben, and now you're the one begging for help? Do you really not see the irony in that? You're the one who's been living off of others, not me. But now you're trying to cling to me, trying to get me to support you like I've been doing all along. That's not how it works, Claire. Not anymore.
But I never. You don't understand. I was just upset. I didn't mean it like that.
You meant every word, Claire. And I get it, you're scared. But this is the result of your actions. You've pushed everyone away, including me, and now you have to face the consequences. You're going to have to fight for yourself, Claire. I'm not going to be your safety net anymore.
No. Please don't leave me alone. What am I supposed to do now? I thought you'd always be there for me.
You're on your own now, Claire. This is your reality now. You've taken everything for granted, but now you're going to have to deal with the consequences. I'm not helping you anymore. You can find a way. You always have.
Please, I can't do this. I'm not ready to face the world without help. I'll fail. I can't do this alone.
Claire, you are doing this alone, and you have to learn that the hard way. No more handouts. I'm done. Good luck, Claire. That's all I can offer you now. Claire managed to secure a scholarship, a small miracle in itself, and was able to continue attending university despite all the chaos that had surrounded her in recent months. There were moments when she felt like giving up, when the weight of everything seemed to be too much for her to handle, but she persevered. It wasn't just about finishing school anymore, it was about proving to herself that she was stronger than her circumstances. The scholarship had become her only lifeline, the one thread keeping her tethered to the future she had always dreamed of. But it wasn't easy. Every day was a struggle, and Claire had to push herself in ways she never thought possible. Despite the odds, she kept going, determined to finish what she had started. Meanwhile, a twist of fate allowed her parents to recover the money that had been stolen from them. The circumstances surrounding this recovery were nothing short of miraculous, as they had nearly given up hope of ever seeing that money again. But as with many things in life, it seemed like the universe had a way of turning things around, and Claire's parents found themselves suddenly in a position to get back what they had lost. However, the joy that came with regaining the stolen funds was short-lived. It wasn't the relief they expected. Instead, it was followed by an immediate and chilling realization that Claire's academic performance had fallen far below their expectations. When they discovered just how close Clare had come to failing her courses, they were horrified. "If you're barely managing to pass it and your attitude toward learning is so poor, why should we continue supporting you?" they demanded. "There's no need for us to pay your tuition or living expenses anymore. You've clearly wasted your chance." Their words were harsh, final, and laced with disappointment. To them, Claire's efforts seemed lackluster, and the fact that she wasn't living up to the image they had for her was unforgivable. For Clare, this was another crushing blow. She had always tried to make her parents proud, but no matter how hard she worked, it never seemed to be enough. In their eyes, her efforts were simply inadequate. To be told that they wouldn't support her anymore, especially after everything she had gone through, was almost too much to bear. It wasn't just the loss of financial assistance, it was the loss of their belief in her potential. It made her feel like everything she had done was in vain. How could they not see how hard she was trying? How could they not understand the difficulties she was facing? But their words had cut deep, and Claire was left to figure out how to survive without them. To make matters worse, her brother, Ben, who had always been the one to stand by her side, had grown increasingly distant. Despite their close relationship, the tension that had been building for years had finally erupted. Ben, caught in the middle of everything that had transpired, had decided that enough was enough. He had managed to prevent the divorce papers from being filed in time, keeping the situation from escalating into a legal nightmare. But the emotional cost had been too great. He told Claire, "I've done my part. I managed to stop things from going to the police, but I won't do any more for you. I don't want you in my life anymore. Don't ever come near me again." His words were like a stab to her heart. Claire had always counted on Ben to be there for her, to protect her when things got rough. He had been the one who had always looked out for her, the one who had kept her grounded when their parents were too busy to notice. But now, with a few short sentences, he had completely cut her off. No explanation, no room for understanding, just an abrupt and painful severing of their bond. The rejection was too much for Claire to process. The one person she had always thought would be by her side, no matter what, had turned his back on her. She collapsed in disbelief, feeling the emotional weight of Ben's betrayal weigh down on her like a suffocating blanket. She couldn't comprehend it. How could her brother, who had been her closest ally, now be the one to turn away from her? How had their relationship become so fractured that there was no going back? She had never imagined that the one person she trusted the most could hurt her in such a way. The feeling of abandonment was so overwhelming that Claire fainted. Her body, unable to cope with the emotional shock, simply gave out. This moment of breakdown was a turning point for Claire. It was a bitter pill to swallow, but in the end, it marked the beginning of her understanding that she couldn't rely on anyone else to fix her life. For too long, she had depended on the idea that her family would always be there to bail her out, to support her when things went wrong. But now, with both her parents and her brother pushing her away, she was faced with the reality that she would have to stand on her own. Despite all the pain, Claire slowly began to realize that this was her chance to prove her independence, to take control of her own future. She no longer had the comfort of her family's support, but she did have her own strength. She had fought to get into university, and now she had to fight to stay there. The scholarship was a lifeline, but it was up to Claire to make the most of it. There was no one to push her, no one to motivate her but herself. And while that was terrifying, it was also liberating. In the midst of everything, I received a package from Claire's parents. It wasn't expected, and it didn't make up for the emotional turmoil that had unfolded. But it was something, a gesture, however strange it seemed. They returned the money I had lent to help Claire, but they also sent something I hadn't anticipated, a selection of the finest beef, the kind of beef that was reserved for special occasions, for moments of celebration or deep apology. It was a lavish and extravagant gift, one that seemed almost out of place considering the circumstances. But it was their way of saying sorry, of trying to make amends for everything that had happened. The gift, while strange, was oddly appreciated. It wasn't the apology Claire had hoped for, nor the reconciliation she so desperately needed, but it was something to hold on to. It was a small token, a glimmer of recognition for the pain and hardship that had unfolded, and in that moment, it felt like the universe was offering a strange kind of balance. A reminder that, even in the most chaotic and painful times, there are moments of quiet grace to be found. Thanks to the extravagant beef, which I shared with a close friend, I was able to start the new year with a sense of renewal. The holiday season had been difficult, filled with emotional turmoil, but this small act of generosity allowed me to find a bit of peace in the midst of the chaos. It wasn't much, but it was enough to remind me that there was still goodness in the world, even when everything seemed to be falling apart. The new year brought with it a sense of possibility, of hope for the future. Even though the past had been filled with disappointment and pain, Claire's journey was far from over. She had lost so much, her family's trust, her brother's support, but she had gained something too. She had gained the knowledge that, despite everything, she was capable of surviving. She was capable of moving forward, and while it might be a difficult and lonely road ahead, it was a road she would walk alone, with only herself to rely on. In the end, this was Claire's story of growth. A painful, heartbreaking story, but one that would eventually lead her to a place of strength. I hoped that, over time, she would come to see that her true power came from within, not from her family's approval, not from their money, but from the resilience she found in herself. As for me, the new year brought with it a quiet optimism. The challenges of the past were behind me, and while there was still uncertainty in the future, I was ready to face it with a sense of determination. The gift from Claire's parents, however strange, reminded me that there is always room for grace, even in the most difficult of situations. With that thought in mind, I looked forward to the future, hopeful that, like Claire, I would find my own path to happiness and peace. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.